Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Blake the Book Eater here, and today I'm going to tell you about my March TBR, except I'm going to do something a little different because, I'll explain. First, before we get into the video, let me just say, please subscribe if you have not already to get more of my bookish content, and also don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter where I share content that won't be making it onto the channel. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. So, TBRs are weird, and I find myself not sticking to them as much as I would like to, and also I feel like once I start to deviate from TBRs that I'm like disappointing you guys for some reason, and also just because like the books that I mentioned on my TBR are like books I genuinely want to get to, but then like stuff comes up, life happens, I don't know if I have time to get to them. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to instead show you guys some books that are like on my radar, and that way I might share a couple books that like won't make it into my like TBR this month, but like just know that like I'm thinking about them and I really want to get to them, and probably will at some point when I have the time. So this is not going to be scheduled, like I'm not going to say I'm going to read this book first, this book next. I'm just gonna kind of be like, hey, here's a list of books that like I kind of want to get to, and so in that sense this might be longer than a normal TBR, but it also gives me more options to choose from. So yeah, let me know if you guys like this style of TBR, because if you don't, please let me know, because then I might go back to a more normal TBR for April, but this is just how we're gonna do it this month. So first up is a book that like I'm actually going to read, because The Harpy by Megan Hunter is the Vintage Books and Wine book club pick of the month. And if you missed it, I started a book club with my friends Matthew, Tiana, and Ace, and we had the first live show on my channel with The House in the Cerulean Sea, and then last month we had our live show about Legendborn on Tiana's channel, and then this month we're going to be reading The Harpy and talking about it on Matthew's channel. So The Harpy sounds really interesting. It's about a woman who discovers that her husband has been cheating on her, and instead of leaving, she decides to stay, with the caveat that she gets the opportunity to hurt him 3 times. And obviously The Harpy is referring to kind of like the vengeful kind of like monsters from Greek mythology, and so I'm really interested to see this because I love a good revenge novel, and I know it's not all gonna be like physical pain, so like how is she gonna like psychologically torture her husband? I'm excited to find out, and I hope you guys join us when we have our live show about this on Matthew's channel at the very end of the month. So next we have a series that was on my TBR last month, but I actually really want to get to this month. And that is the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. This is probably what I'm going to read, and probably what's going to take up a good portion of my month, but I don't know, maybe if they're fast I'm going to get through them. I just had a lot of stuff come up last month, so I decided to read the standalones from that TBR instead of the series, also because I felt like I needed a break from series. So we'll see if I want to get back into another series. But I've heard nothing but like glowing things about these books, so I'm just very excited to get to these eventually. Maybe they'll be pushed to April, but I have a feeling that I'm going to read these this month, so excited to read these. The next book up is kind of a weird one because I'm actually reading this at the moment, and that is The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. I'm actually listening to this on audiobook while I do Postmates runs, so I only listen to it every now and then. I don't like consistently listen to it because I feel like I get distracted if I just like sit down and listen to an audiobook, because I like to be doing things, and so if I'm just like sitting and listening, I'm not like doing something, and so like my mind will wander. So that's why I have the physical version, just in case I want to do like jump into it. But I'm really enjoying the Stephen Pacey's narration, so I think I'm just gonna stick with the audiobook, and so that'll get finished this month if I do a lot of driving. We'll see, but it's a story that's very interesting. We have lots of unlikable characters, but it's written so interestingly that I am compelled and I want to finish it. So I hopefully will finish this month. If not, this will pop up in my April, or yeah, my April wrap up. But this is in the process of being read. Hopefully, I do kind of want to try to read one of because it's a trilogy. I do kind of want to use my Audible thing to read one of them a month. So hopefully I'll have the whole trilogy listened to by May, but we'll see. Who knows? Life will get in the way. But this is something that's definitely on my radar because I'm reading it and it's very good. Next up, we have a series that we have a book that I've already read, but I haven't read the rest of the series, and I do really want to read the series at some point because I know they're fast, they're standalones, and the last book comes out, or I think it just came out. And that is the Wayfarer series by Becky Chambers. I read the first book a while ago and I loved it. I loved it so much. And so I feel like if I step back into this book this month, it might motivate me a little bit because it is one of my favorites. And it's been a long time since I went into this world. So I also have a friend who I gave her my US versions because I got the UK editions because they're gorgeous. And so I might do a buddy read with her. We'll see. But yes, the Wayfarer series is definitely on my TBR and on my radar, if we're going with that. Another book that is on my radar is The Ponz Gambit by Rob J. Hayes. Now, I read the first book in this standalone series, and that was Never Die, and this was one of my favorite books of last year, which hopefully you'll have seen because I'm going to try to edit and get my best books of 2020 up this week. So yeah, but so this is a sequel, as in like it's a standalone sequel, and I'm really excited to get to this, and I feel like this would be a fast read because I think I read Never Die in like 2 days, so fitting this into my schedule this month is definitely possible, I feel like, and yes, I really love the writing, I love the world, this weird kind of world, and yeah, she's like trying to bring back her dead lover or something. Honestly, I don't even know. I don't even care to know most of the summary because guess what? I loved the first book. I loved his writing, so I am going to, I'll jump in blind. I don't care. But yeah, also the cover's gorgeous. Look at that. Also something that has been on my radar for a while, and I really, really want to read it, is the Wayward Children series by Shauna McGuire. And these books are novellas, so they are extremely tiny, and so I definitely think that I can fit them maybe in between while I'm reading a bigger series or something like that, just because I've heard nothing but glowing things about this series, and I love fantasy and magical portal fantasy, and so yeah, these books seem really sweet and really good. And they're so small, so I might just fit them in little bite-sized chunks here and there, so they might pop up in this month, they might pop up in next month, they might be scattered throughout. Maybe if I read the first one and love it, I'll just binge the whole series. Who knows? I'm weird. But yes, definitely on my radar. And the last thing that I want to just kind of mention that's on my radar is something that's kind of bugging me. Because, okay, so if you guys didn't know, I subscribe to Book of the Month, and they're lovely, they're amazing, and basically, if you didn't know, this is not an ad or anything. I just like the service. But so, it's $15 a month, and then they give you 5 options to choose from. You choose your book of the month, but then you can also select up to 2 add-ons, and those add-ons are $10 each. And you number one, $15 for a brand new hardcover is a great deal. But then also you can get 2 other brand new hardcovers for $10 each. Yes, please take my money. And so that is why I have this many Book of the Month books. The only one that I've read is Legendborn, because that was an add-on that they had in December, and so I chose that, and I loved Legendborn, obviously. But so I have all these Book of the Month books that I have not picked up yet, and they're kind of piling up, and I do want to try to chip away at these because I picked these books for a reason. I think they look really good, but then also I'm just getting a guilty conscience about getting new Book of the Month books without having read any of them. So I'll just run quickly through the ones that I have. I have Outlawed by Anna North. It's supposed to be kind of like a feminist kind of outlaw story with like I think genderqueer and non-binary characters as well. They're kind of like thought of as witches by like the men that are like hunting them, but like they're outlaws. I don't know. It just seems really cool. I don't read a lot of Westerns, but the ones that I have kind of picked up, I've really enjoyed. And like feminist Western, I really want that, and it sounds great. So that's Outlawed. Then we have The Removed by Brandon Hobson. Now he is a native author, and this is kind of like a story of like a family and like the kind of stuff they go through, mixed with some supernatural stuff. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I definitely really want to read it. So this was actually the one that I chose for my January book of the month, and then Outlawed, and then this next book, The Survivors, was my add-ons, I believe. I think. It's my mind is a little hazy because there's so much has been going on. Anyways, so we have The Survivors, and so The Survivors, it's kind of like a mystery. Yeah, like sunken wreck, missing girl, things happened a long time ago, a storm back then, a storm now, brings it all together. I love a good mystery novel, and I've heard good things about this one, so yeah, I like mysteries. Then we have Kristen Hanna, The Four Winds. Now, Kristen Hanna is like a book or an author who's been on my radar for a while. The one that I really want to read from her is The Nightingale, because I've heard great things about that. She's kind of known for like doing these like sweeping like historical like novels, and this one is about like the Great Depression and like the Dust Bowl, and that time period is really intriguing to me. It's really like I want to like know more about it, have more stories from that era. So this one is one that I do want to get to. And then the last one is a book that I'm really excited to read. It's Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, and this is a book that I've been aware of for a very long time. As a queer person, you know, I like, this is gay. This is gay as fuck, and I really want to read it. One of my friends read it, or actually two of my friends read it, and they said it was like amazing. And then I actually know more people who have read it, and they've also said it was amazing. So I'm just excited to dive into it, get into the hype. And also, I really hope that Book of the Month does a hardcover for Casey McQuiston's new book, One Last Stop, because they deserve hardcovers. Because I think the reason I got this is because this is the only way I could get it in hardcover. I personally love hardcovers, and so give me more hardcovers, please. Oh, I have one more. I have one more book of the month. This was my February book of the month, actually, the one that I chose, my main one, and that is Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. And so this is like a queer novel where the main character is a Virgo. I'm a Virgo, so I hope I can relate. But basically, I think she wakes up and she finds out that she got married the night before. Like kind of like a shotgun wedding, like in Vegas or something, and then is like trying to get to know like her wife. So this just sounds like really cute and really sapphic, and I am very excited to get to this, also because it's very short, and I think I can easily fit this in somewhere. And also, Book of the Month gave them a hardcover as well, because I think all the other releases were paperback, and I am like, give more authors hardcovers, please. They deserve it. They really do. And so that is what's on my radar in March. Obviously, I will not be reading all these books, but I just want you guys to know that's kind of like what I'm thinking about, the avenues that I'm thinking of taking next. And so we'll see how this month goes. Maybe I'll jump back to a TBR because I like planning out my month. Maybe I won't. Maybe I like this freeformness where I don't have to lock in my whole month ahead of time. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think of my radar. And yeah, let me know what you think of the books that I have kind of like my eye on. Have you read them? Would you recommend any over others? Are there any that are not on my radar that should be? Let me know. And as always, please like, subscribe, share for more of my bookish content, and I will see you guys very, very soon. I have lots of other things planned coming up, so, and I will actually get them done. Yes, so, okay, bye.